Hello and welcome to another update video about XRP. XRP, a little bit of a boring chart at the moment as well. Not too much is happening. My view is still, and I am considering other options as well, but my primary expectation is that XRP since the April 21 high has been moving down from a wave 1 in a wave 2, and that this wave 2 correction isn't over yet. That has been my view for a while. We had this rally here to the upside. I did warn you it's most likely not going to be a sustainable rally, and it wasn't. There was short-term upside, but it wasn't used due to the issue around FTX. On the 9th of November it came down, but it was from the beginning not going to be seen as a sustainable breakout scenario. So the chart also didn't really follow through on that as anticipated. As I said, there was some short-term upside potential. Market didn't use it because, as long as the trend is still down, it is harder for a chart to generate upside potential, even if it's only short-term upside potential, because the trend is still down. But we have a few interesting developments on this chart. So first of all, my view of this current correction, the wave 2, is that we're moving in a so-called WXY pattern. This WXY can be considered not finished yet, because the Y wave consists of a wave A, a wave B, and the wave C is probably still ongoing at the moment. As I said, I do consider other options. For example, there's just a different wave count where, if I zoom in a little bit, don't want to sketch out the entire wave count, but we can consider, just see where were we here, we can consider this as an A, B, and then C wave down. And in this C wave, we've done already the wave 1, we've done already the wave 2, we've done already the wave 3, we've done already the wave 4, and we're now heading down in a wave 5. It's another count. It leads to a very similar result. So it doesn't really matter which one we're following here. There is a third count, which is a bit of a weird one, which is possible as well. I'm not really considering that too much because it is really a bit of a weird one. It indicates that this entire move here can be seen as an Elliott wave triangle. That would work, however, best if I use the log chart. Log chart is not really my preference because I believe with the log chart the waves are getting distorted. So I'm not really following that too much. It would consider the whole thing as a triangle. The whole thing, since 2018. Let me actually, you can see that actually if I use the Elliott wave, the log chart here, then I can actually see this top as a wave 1 back in 2018. And then I'm gonna sketch it out for you, but it's not high confidence. And this would be a wave A, this would be a B wave. Then no, 1 second, this can't be the B wave, can it? No, it would possibly be. So then the C wave still to follow, then a D and an E. So it's a bit of a messy one, a very long one. I'm not going to follow that because it's a bit unrealistic over that long time period to have an Elliott wave triangle, really. But therefore I'm not going to follow too much on that. Just important to know that might be something we have to look at in the future. Few interesting developments here in the short term is that we broke out of this so-called descending wedge. So far, however, the price hasn't really followed through on it. So at the moment we have seen, yes, a breakout. That is when we had that rally where I warned you this is probably not a sustainable rally. Then we came down. You might consider that a retest of this wedge, even though we didn't really touch it again, but you might consider that we touched the previous support. Now we're moving higher, but it's not really any bullish movement here that's happening. So from an Elliott wave point of view, my view still is that we are coming down once more and make a lower low here in a wave 2, in this wave C of a Y wave, in wave 5 of C of Y of 2, you could say. The count from the previous video hasn't actually changed. My view is still that this could be a wave 1, here a wave 2, here a wave 3, this just be a wave 4 in a diagonal pattern. And then, by the way, we did avoid to touch the wave 1 price range, which is quite interesting. and now we could push down. I mean, I made you aware in the previous video that this is an ascending wedge, generally a bearish pattern. We could really expect a breakout to the downside from here. Is it guaranteed? No, this could also just extend out a little bit. I mean, the thing is, until we really see a solid 5-wave structure to the upside on this chart, we are probably gonna have to focus on the downside. Yeah, I'm gonna show you a bullish alternative as well in a minute, but for me, from here anywhere, ideally below 41.9 cents, as long as we stay below that level, I would focus here on the downside. Target for the 5th wave, I can give you that as well. For that, we take the length of the wave 1, we add it to the high of the wave 4, and the first target would be 27.7 cents. That's the 1-to-1 ratio. The ideal target would be the 1.618 extension at 19 cents. Bear in mind, if this really is a diagonal pattern, then those extensions, sometimes they are less reliable. So it remains my view that we are obviously here in this ascending wedge. We could actually be breaking to the downside just now, as you can see here. And for me, the trend is still down, yeah, especially as long as we are holding below this trend line. I mean, even if we break to the upside, you've got a trend line here with 3 touch points. Yeah, maybe it's worth keeping that on your chart as well. It's certainly something with 3 touch points that has some relevance. Could it be, could there be a bullish count? I would really struggle. I'm very honest with you. I would really struggle here with any kind of bullish count. I'm going to go to the 1-hour chart for that. Could we say we bottomed here? Yeah, it would be really difficult, I guess. We could. Yeah, I mean, this you could. I'm just trying to count the waves. I mean, you could count this as some kind of a leading diagonal again. That's what I mean with bullish alternative. I mean, you could say we've had a 1-2 setup here somehow, then another 1-2 setup here. It's already getting less reliable. Here from 38.5 cents, you could say against that level we could start a wave 3 to the upside, but then again, what we would need to see is a break above. Where are we? I mean, this is really micro counting then where we get to, right? Really micro counting. I mean, what we would want to see is a break above this wave 1 high then, 41.7 cents. This would be the bullish interpretation. Could say, yeah, a wave 1 up, a wave 2 down. But then we would need to see a break above this high, 41.2 cents, to push higher here and break out of the wedge to the upside. But this is really, you can produce all sorts of counts, as I say in other videos as well. But it's all about what is likely. Yeah, what is likely. I mean, just thinking, is there another possibility? Looking at this whole thing, some kind of a leading diagonal. I mean, because we don't want to discount the bullish possibility here, but is it likely? That's the thing. 1, 2, and then in the wave 3 to the upside, 4, 5. Just to show you the possibilities here. So this certainly could be a wave 1. This could be a wave 2. Problem with that wave 2, it is retraced a little bit too low. Normally you don't want a wave 2 to retrace more than the 78.6% fib level. But as you can see, if I draw the fibs, because then it gets less reliable, it's actually retraced more than the 88.7% fib level. So very unreliable. Well, then we could say in this wave 3, we've got here a wave 1 to the upside, a wave 2 down, and we're now in 3, 4, 5 within orange wave 3. Yeah, so make that yellow, different wave degree. So 1, 2, and then in 3, and then you could say, yeah, this is another 1, 2 setup here. 1, 2, and I'm not going to sketch that out, but it would just mean, this could be very, very bullish, because a combination of 1, 2 setups, if you have 3 or 4, is generally considered very bullish, but the chart needs to follow through on it. If it doesn't, it's not going to work out. And to be honest, from my experience doing these charts, if you have a series of 3 or 4 1, 2 setups, it's usually not going to work out. I'd be extremely surprised if it does work out, and you have a signal that it is working out if we break above this 41.8 cent level. But yeah, just be aware it's there, it's possible. And I leave the orange count on the chart just to highlight, there is a potential to break out from here, but it's not high confidence. It's not high confidence. I mean, if you zoom out, you can say you are very close to support. Well, actually, we've moved quite a bit already, but yeah, it's not high confidence. I think I would believe it a little bit more if we break above that 41.8 cent level. But for me, primary expectation very clearly is down. Yeah, so of course there is a bullish count. You can always produce a bullish count. It's extremely difficult to produce a bullish count here. That tells you a lot about the likelihood, and therefore there are better charts that show much more bullish prospects. And here, unless we really see a signal, which is a proper impulse to the upside, maybe those 5 waves in orange complete and then 3 waves down, I'm gonna focus here on the downside, and I gave you the targets for that. Okay, and that's my update about XRP. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit a like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.